it's Robin. This is Flosstube video number 2. Today we are going to look at my current whips and my pile of shame. But first I want to say a quick but sincere thank you to everyone who welcomed me so warmly with my first video. I really appreciated it. I had a lot of fun making it and feeling like I was, actually talking to somebody about my stitching. But then to see all the comments and the likes was just, extra icing on the cake and made me want to do it again even more. I really appreciated that interaction. And I also want to say a specific thank you to Linda Jo, Pretty Southern, and Brenda and Laura, Brenda and the Sampler, Brenda and the Serial Starter, sorry ladies, for shouting me out and sending people over to my video. I really, really appreciate that, and thank you so much for the support and the love. Okay, so let's get started. So first we're going to start with my pile of shame. Some of these are pretty recently finished, so it's not terribly shameful that they're in this pile and waiting to be done, but some of them are really, really old and have been there for a really, really long time, and so it's pretty shameful. I'm not going to give all of the specifics about them, but I do keep a spreadsheet with information about, what fabric I used, if I substituted any threads, that kind of thing. So if you have specific questions, just send me a comment and I will look up the information and reply back with that. Okay, first, I believe this is Easter Peep by Brenda Gervais. This is a piece of linen that I dyed myself, 36 count. I did stitch over 2, which it was really tight. I won't do that again. But I did convert his body to a different color than the called for, because once I, try to put the called for on this color fabric, it didn't look right. It looked really, really orange against this blue, so I changed it. But I think I'm gonna make him into a little pillow. This one has been sitting for an embarrassing amount of time, but I'm doing my son's now, and so once I'm done with his, I will frame them both so they look exactly the same. But this is my daughter's birth sampler. This is Blackbird Designs. I can't remember the name of it. Excuse the wrinkles. I didn't go through and iron any of this stuff. Until recently, it's all been sort of folded up by itself in a drawer. And then, I don't know where I saw the idea, but I saw somebody was hanging theirs on like little toddler clothing hangers. And so I just, the other day actually, pulled everything out and hung them up. This is Ink Circles. This is Flower Bot. And I know exactly the type of frame I want to put this in. I just can't find one. And I would be happy to get one at, let's see, the color, there we go. I would be happy to find one at Goodwill and paint it, but I just haven't found a good one yet. That I stitched on Weeks Dye Works Charlotte's Pink. And that's been done for several years, so I really need to get on it to find the finishing for this. This is, I finished this last year. It is Maggie Bonanomi, I think is how you say her name. It's called Union Forever. I stitched it on Lakeside Linens Vintage Lentil, 40 count, and I did substitute quite a few of the threads to make it match the cover photo. And this one is a little, ooh, let's see, what is this? I think it's Prairie Schooler. I think it's off of one of their Halloween charts. I can't remember which one. I started something over one on this. Didn't like it, so this is gonna go in a little frame. I just need to find something that it'll fit in. This is Gretchen's Gray linen, and it's 28 count. Love that one. This is one of the Hometown Holidays, the Firehouse. It's on 40 count linen. I'm pretty sure I did all of the called for colors on this one. My husband got me most of the series for Christmas one year, and so I'm kind of slowly but surely working my way through And this is the train station. I did change a couple, more than one thing about this. Like, I think there's supposed to be a little conductor over here, and I didn't put the conductor in there. He just, I don't know, it was just a little weird. And I think I changed the color of the train as well. I'm trying to get the color right. Next up, these are, there's actually two of these on the same piece of fabric, but these are both out of the Blackbird Designs book called Souvenirs of Summer. And this is a piece of 40 count country French mocha. I think that's right. It's the Zweigart vintage country mocha. I think that's what it is. I love these both so much. I'm gonna, they'll each get framed in their own little frame if I can find a small one. And this one is another one from Brenda Gervais. I love this one so much. I love how it turned out. This is an Easter one. I finished this earlier this year. I can't remember what the name of him is, but I stitched it on Almond Bar. I believe it's Almond Bar, Weeks Dye Works Almond Bar. I just love how it came out. I did swap out a couple of colors, but nothing major. I mean, it just looks like the cover photo did. And then this one, I also finished earlier this year. This is to commemorate my husband and I, our anniversary trip to Hawaii last year. I've had the chart forever. This is a Sampler Girl, Return to the Sea. It's stitched on, let's see if I can get it to pop the color out right there. It's stitched on, sorry, Picture This Plus 40 count feldspar. I love that color. That color is amazing. I will never not have some of that in my stash. And as soon as I can find a big old yard of it, I'm gonna buy it and just put it away. It is perfect. It's just this perfect, let's see if I can get the, you know, I mean, it's Picture This Plus, so it's nice anyway, but let me see if I can get the color. It's like this really nice pale sky, pale blue with some grayish taupe in it. It's a nice, it can work well for like summer beachy kind of things, but it's also a really nice, like if you wanted a black background but kind of or blue, if you wanted a blue background but wanted it to be a little bit grungy and dirty and, you know, aged looking, this is perfect. So you could totally also use this on like a, you know, a sampler if you wanted to. It's gorgeous. But I love the colors in this one. They're so fun. This little crab, that little crab and that little fish, and then the quote. You know, we never really went to the beach when I was a kid, so I didn't really, this would not have resonated with me as a young woman, and I was never, you know, the big spring break kind of person. I worked my way through college. I didn't have time for that or the money. But once I did start going to the beach, I really love it. And so that's a perfect quote for me, even aside from the vacation. This next one is Rachel Howells. I finished this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. It is my biggest finish to date, and one I am probably the most proud of. So I'm gonna hide my face and hope this focuses. I love it. I love it. I cannot wait for the world to not be crazy, and so I can roll this down to total framing and get it framed. It is just everything about it I love. I love the colors. I love that my husband bought it for me when we were dating. I love it all. That border is intense. I'm not gonna lie. That is no joke, that border. But oh my gosh, it's just so stunning. So stunning. I stitched this on 40 count linen. I have to look back at what the color is, but yeah. I cannot wait to get this framed and put up on our bedroom wall. I know exactly where it's gonna go. It's gonna look so perfect. Okay, so that is all of my FFO'd items. I did want to take a second. I had a bunch of, before I pull out my whips, I had a few people ask about the floss tags, the thread keeps that I use. They are called Annie's Keepers. I'm not going to do a video about, you know, a big thing about it right now. There's a couple of different ladies who did really good videos about them, and there may even be more than that. I want to say one is like Teresa Little Stitcher. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. She's British, and I believe she did a video. And then Rika from House of Stitch and Stash, she did a video as well. So if you want more detailed information about them, go there. But I've been using them for years. I love them. I have all my DMC on there and all of my silks that I have and all of the hand dyes that I have, and I love them. They're pricey, but they are 100% to me worth every penny I spent on them. Love them. Love them. Okay, so that's that. So let's get into my current whips. So I have a couple of different places where I keep whips. I have a big, like, Vera Bradley tote bag that sits next to my stitching spot in the family room. And those are the things that I'm sort of focusing on right now, or have intentions, good intentions, right, of doing soon-ish. So right now, the last few days, I guess on Wednesday or Thursday, I started this. This is my son's birth sampler. I haven't gotten a ton done on it, but it's so cute. It's showing up really gray here. Those letters are blue. They're definitely blue, not gray. Not gray at all. This is the chart, the cover photo. Whoop. So that's gonna be great. And then I'll get this and my daughter's framed exactly the same. So they can be a nice little set together. And then someday they'll each get to have it for themselves. Okay, next one, I'm gonna show the bags that I have these in. I made this bag. This is actually the one that I took with me when we went to Hawaii. So it's these cute little sea creatures on the outside, and then on the inside I have this sort of watery looking fabric. This is Isabella Johnstone. I don't have the color photo with me right now, I'm sorry. But there's a really good picture of it on Pinterest. So I made a decent amount of progress on this. I was hoping to get the cow done before I put it down, but I just needed to move on to, I think I moved back to Rachel at the beginning of February, and so that's why I put this down. But I'm hoping to get back to her very soon. I love her. She's one that was in my stash to do for a long time, and I'm finally getting to it. This next one is actually a bag that I bought from Linda Jo, Pretty Southern. I love my cat and I love cats, but I'm not really a fan of cutesy cat fabric. This is the best cat fabric I think I've ever seen. I love it. I legit am in love with it. I saw it in her shop and I went, oh, as fast as my finger could move, buy it. So that's the outside. Let's see. And the inside is little cat heads, but obviously in the same collection. So perfect. So this next one is, this was my Leap Day start. Let me get it out. GGR Mary Griffiths. I love this one. I guess I have a thing for big birds. I don't know. But I didn't get a huge start on this, but you know, I worked on it for a few days, or maybe just a couple days, I don't know. And I believe this is 40 count vintage lentil by Lakeside Linens. I really love this color. I don't know, it definitely has some green in it, but it's not like a really screaming at you, I'm green. It just looks kind of grungy and old and dingy, and I really love that without it being like a crazy amount of variegation that kind of would distract from the sampler. Sometimes I like that, but you know, for some of these, the sampler is just so beautiful and so vivid in and of itself. I don't want anything that's going to take away from that. Okay, next up is, okay, this is, I made this bag. I can't remember what fabric line this is. I feel like it's a basic gray fabric, but I'm not sure. So that's the outside, and then on the inside I have this red sort of poinsettia-y, Christmas floral-y fabric. And what I'm working on right now in this one, I have all my Hometown Holiday series stuff in there. So this is Grandma's House. I have not gotten much of a start on this. For a while, my daughter didn't really want me to come watch her riding lessons, so I would sit in the car and stitch on this. But I haven't touched it in a while, so I'm working on it. We'll get there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna hold on to them all and FFO them all together and make them all the same thing, or if I'm just gonna start, you know, FFOing them as I get them done so I can just have them and put them on the tree, because I'm not the fastest stitcher. So if I wait to do them all, God only knows when any of these will end up on my tree. Next up is another bag I made myself. I love this. I think I just found this on clearance on fabric.com or something. It's outside, and then on the inside I just have this aqua stripe. This is GGR, the Morris Dancer. It's really beautiful. There's a better picture on the attic on one of their newsletters. If you go to their website, you can download, I think it's all of their newsletters you can get, and they've got, someone did a silk conversion, and so there's a really good picture of this. But I love it. I love the dancer, the lady's dress, the color of it. It's not really catching very well here. But I also love the Morris Dancer's little suit. And I'm gonna change the color of his face. So, I don't know, there's a lot of debate about the Morris Dancers and whether they should be in blackface or not, and whether that's actually historically, you know, there's a couple of different historical theories about the origin of it, and it may be offensive or it may not. I don't really think it'll do anything, like it won't change the feel or the look of this design to change the face, so that's what I'm gonna do. But, this was my birthday start last year, and this is on Weeks Dye Works Confederate Gray. And that's what I've got so far. I need to pull this back out and work on it again. I love it. It says revenge. I just, I wanted to make sure that I got that word stitched because I love it so much. Let's see. And this is the old Weeks. This is not the new Zweigart base. So I definitely have to be a little bit more attentive to my tension. But the new Zweigart base Confederate Gray is not this, it's not this same color. And it is gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I really, really wanted this color because this is what it looks like in the pictures I've seen, and the colors look great against it of the threads. So I'm glad that I didn't get the new stuff. This one is another bag I made myself. This is a Caffey facet, or is it Caffey? I don't know. Beautiful floral print on the outside. The inside I'll show you is there's this pink stripe. And this is Peaceful Garden by the Stitching Parlor. I had this for a long, long time before I ever started it. And it's pretty intense. I mean, the fill-in on this is pretty intense. I've made some counting errors, so I've had to fudge and make it work. But it's really beautiful. And I really do enjoy working on it. I'm trying to get like a lot of the outlining done so that then I really can just mindlessly fill it in. Let me put the board behind it so you can actually see it. It's pretty big. This is on 32 count, just a regular cream linen. Let's see. So, sorry, I know you can't see super well my white background. I didn't have a big enough piece to go behind the whole thing. But yeah, it's big. I'm a little worried actually that I'm not gonna have enough room at the bottom to really frame it, but I think I'll have just enough space that total framing, or I probably total framing. Things this big I just don't try to do myself, but I think they'll be able to do it. So that's that. Another one I want to get back to soon. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, this is another bag I made myself. I love this fabric line. That girl. And then just sort of a plain gray, black, weird, almost looks like a vascular system print on there. This is Stacy Nash, Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. I started this, I think it was Halloween time, not last year, not 2019. I think I started in 2018. I'd have to go back and look at my spreadsheet. But this is a piece of vintage cedar plank that I over-dyed 8 million times myself to get it to this color gray. I haven't made a lot of progress on it. Honestly, I don't work on it a whole lot, but I really love it. I love the colors against this gray. I think they just look so pretty. Those browns, like that coppery brown and that caramelly golden. I love it. I love the boo and eek in the alphabet up here. So nice. So that's what I want to focus on this year as well. We shall see. I often am way more ambitious with my plans than my time really allows. Okay, this next one I just have in one of those Amazon bag envelopes that I have. This one is, there's no real picture of this anywhere. I think you can find some pictures of it on Instagram. But this is Brooks Books Advent Animals. And rather than do them as ornaments, I saw Lindy Stitches a few, I don't know, years ago, did them all together as an advent calendar on one piece of fabric. And I decided that's what I needed to do. And then she did hers on blue, and I was looking around at fabric and looking at pictures of it. And I was gonna do it on blue, but then I saw someone did it on gingerbread. Picture this plus gingerbread, which is what this is. And I said, oh no, that's perfect. That's what I'm gonna do. And so I bought this big old piece and I started it with intentions of finishing it super fast. But let me tell you, this thing, I love it. I really, really love it. And I want it done. And I want it on my wall. I know how I'm gonna finish it. I have a plan. But it saps my will to stitch. Like, I stitch on it and rarely do I get more than one of these little animals done. I don't know why, because I love it so much. Maybe it's the back stitching. I'm not a huge fan of back stitching. I don't know. Aren't they just so cute? I mean, they are all so cute. That camel with her fancy eyeshadow and her little camel claws painted pink. What? Who thinks of that? They're just so adorable. Look at that. That pig is just perfect. Look at the sheep. That squirrel, oh, I love that frog, except I had to frog. I made so many mistakes on him. Ugh. His name was Prophetic, but I love this one, and I really, again, this year, I'm gonna say, I really am gonna try to get this done for this Christmas so that we can put it out. We'll see. Good intentions. Okay, I think I only have one more. Yeah. Oh no, that isn't even a whip. That's a to be started. That's the unicorn and badger. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry, I got distracted by somebody riding their bike by my window. It's finally sunny and nice. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you all so much for all of the extra videos. If you're a Flosstuber and making extra videos, I am enjoying them. I'm totally digging it. I'm there for it. Loving it because I really need the distraction right now. So I know that I'm not alone in that, and I hope everybody is staying safe, staying healthy. You know, that's all I got. Thank you. Bye.